On this episode of the Captain's Log, it's a calm, clear day in Palm Beach, Florida. Perfect weather to head offshore. Captain Jonathan Moss journeys out with Captain Alex Nedvins to fish the nearshore wrecks and reefs. Today, there's no target species, which means every catch is a pleasant surprise, and the possibilities are endless. So stick around and see how it all unfolds as we flip through the pages of the Captain's Log.
Alex, what a beautiful morning, brother. I'm so just thrilled to get out here offshore. You know, it's not my normal game, but I just love getting out, doing some bottom fishing. Just, you never know what's going to be down there at the bottom, what's ready to eat.
That's what I love about it, man. You know, I mean, I love getting skinny, sight fishing, but when you're offshore, you got 120 foot of water column to fish. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
might be snapper on the bottom, might be sailfish on the top.
And it's paradise out here today, brother. Absolutely perfect. So let's go and get it done, dude.
All right, man. I like it.
All right, Alex, what kind of bottom we have here? I see we're at 146 feet.
So around here, we have a pretty mixed bottom. We do have some rocks piles. We have reefs and wrecks. We also have what I'm looking for, ledges. So we just drove past the spot that went from 110 feet all the way to 140. So it's got that big upsweep there. That's gonna bring current, bait, all the fish. That's what I'm looking for here.
Place for them to stay as the bait comes by.
Exactly, so I'm trying to see which way the boat's gonna drift and the way we're gonna go, so I know how to position us to make sure we cover that ground.
Perfect.
Sardine. And that last hook, down to the nose, just like that, man. Perfect. Kingfish, when they bite, they tend to bite the bait in half.
They're gonna wanna slice it, come back around, grab their piece.
Yep, but they're gonna have them hooks in the middle there.
So instead of using your typical wire rig, you're just three hooking.
Just three hooks, yeah. We typically reserve the wire rig for either the fall when they're really dumb, or if we're fishing at night, early morning, you know, before the sun's completely up, or right after the sun sets, we'll fish short little wire rigs. But other than that, we're typically monofilament and triple hook rigs, man.
Now, when they eat it, are they just gonna thump it, or how are you gonna know they're eating it?
So you'll get thumped, but more than likely you'll feel a lot of little taps, almost gonna feel like Morse code on the line. And then one of those little taps is just gonna turn into a run. That's when you wanna lock it over.
Are gonna spool it over, lock it over, and start
lock it over and just crank as fast as you can. We wanna, one, get them off the bottom, and two, we wanna make sure that they're not getting eaten by anything else. A big Goliath grouper will think nothing to take a double-digit mutton in one bite, and that's that. You're not gonna get your fish, you're probably gonna lose a good portion of your gear. So you wanna fight them hard, fast, and then about halfway up, typically, the mutton's air bladder is gonna inflate, and it's gonna do what we call sliding. So we call it the mutton slide. He's gonna start floating to the boat. Everybody thinks they lost the fish. That's the time really to crank as fast as you can.
That way you don't pay the tax, man.
That's right.
Fish on.
Yeah, buddy.
Told you, I got thumped. And I set the hook, but he wasn't there. I dropped it back down and he came up and hammered it. I told you, brother. As soon as we got to that 120 mark, I was feeling good about it. I got color. Nice mutton.
Oh, big yellowtail.
Woo! Just a giant of a yellowtail, dude. Look at that flag.
I told you, man, September.
That, my friend, is a just massive yellowtail snapper. You know what you call these?
Flags.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches? Dinner.
Get him on ice.
Nice, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The Captain's Log with Captain Jonathan Moss, presented by Softwash Systems, is being brought to you by Softwash Systems. Build your dream. Florida Fishing Products. Fish better. Fish Florida. Icon Coolers. Cool for life. Danko Pliers. The largest selection on the planet. DOA Lures. The Unfair Advantage. East Cape Boats. And Go Castaway Fishing Charters.
Oh, it came off. Oh, man. Doing that spooling technique like we talked about when we were rigging up, letting the line come off the bail. And all of a sudden, it's just screaming. Look at her. It cut right through me.
Smooth leader, that's a kingfish bite.
Yeah. Oh, there he is, there he is. Fish on, baby. That's the one we want right there, brother. Coming up.
Yeah,
Nice king, nice king.
He's a mess, but we're gonna.
Nope. No. No. Oh, wrapped up. All right, here he comes, brother. Grab him. There he is.
Here we go.
Woo! We got a mess of lines, dude. We got that fish in the boat. Nice smoker king.
There you go.
Yes, sir. That is what I am talking about, my
Right,
friend.
man.
Look at that fish. All right, we got a mess. Let's
We
get
got a
him
whole
undone
mess
and
here.
take a look at him. That, my friend, is a beautiful kingfish.
Outstanding.
Absolutely, brother. All right, bro, let's get him on ice.
All right.
He's still there. He's still there. Smaller fish. It's not a kingfish.
Mutton. No.
Is it a mango?
Mango. Red mango.
Hey, we'll add that to the species list for today, brother.
That is a beautiful one. I've never seen one that bright.
Oh, bro, I tell you what, you gotta love mango snapper, brother. They are such beautiful fish, and this one's one of the most orange ones I've ever seen.
I've never seen one lit up that brightly before.
And we both thought it was a mutton coming up.
It came up. It was that bright pink with the white belly, like you'd expect in a mutton, and then shocked us both.
There you go. All right, let's get him on ice.
The Captain's Log with Captain Jonathan Moss, presented by Softwash Systems, is sponsored in part by these fine companies.
Hey, this is Captain Jonathan Moss with your tackle box tip. Guys, we're out here offshore today in Palm Beach, and we're using what's called a slider rig. The 1 ounce sinker is on our main line. Main line has a swivel. Connected to the swivel is a 40-pound piece of mono. Now, you can use mono as your main line, but today we're using the 40-pound braid as our main line. It's a braid to swivel to our 40-pound mono leader. And then to triple rig, which is 3 hooks that have been connected, okay? When you're king fishing, you'll see a lot of times guys are using wire, creating a stinger rig. But in this situation, the hooks act as your wire. Well, let me show you how you rig your sardine. We're gonna start with that last hook going just behind the dorsal fin. The next hook is gonna go right in front of the dorsal fin, and that last hook is gonna go through the nose, through the mouth, work it through, and you are ready to go. This is Captain Jonathan Moss with your tackle box tip. Alex, I'm making sure I got all 3 of them hooks in that fish.
Every one of them.
Every one, my brother. There we go. Oh. Got color.
Oh, triggerfish.
Nice trigger. These guys are so pretty. And their skin is just,
it's like
tough leather. These guys are so cool. Got him, going around me.
Coming around.
Get him, dude. Keep him tight, keep him tight.
Mutton.
There's the mutton we've been looking for. What a beautiful fish, dude.
Absolutely gorgeous.
3 species we talked about today, the mutton, the yellowtail, and the mangrove.
Add the kingfish in the boot, and that's
Gorgeous.
it. Now, this one's a little small, so he's gonna go back real quick, and we're gonna let him get bigger.
Absolutely, bro. See you, buddy.
And down he goes.
Yes, sir. Hey, dude. Well done.
Thank you, man.
Done. You've been working hard for that one.
I feel like I earned that one for sure.
Such beautiful, beautiful fish.
Yeah, when you see the colors on that one, you can see why the mangrove coming up, I was like, oh, it's a mutton. Just absolutely that almost neon.
Yep.
Well, we got a few baits left, so let's see if we can do that again.
Yes, sir. Brother, get him, brother. Stay tight.
Go.
There you go. Fish on, dude. What you got? What you got on there?
Coming back. Mutton.
The mutton man today, brother. God, they're so beautiful.
Oh, gorgeous. I mean, can you ask for a prettier fish than that?
No. Those colors, those hues, unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. All right.
See you later, pretty fish.
Oh, no, there we go. Took a second to get that air bladder down.
Alex, what a great day.
Fantastic.
You
down the
know,
water.
we started first thing this morning. It was just beautiful. You had said, you know, it's going to be a great day. We got out here and we described it as paradise, and it was. We didn't have to run, what, 4 or 5 miles offshore?
If barely, yeah.
You know, and we were fishing between 90 and 120 feet of water, and we had a good mixed bag, like you called it earlier.
Absolutely,
Mixed
yeah.
bag day.
Mixed bag, you know, we had a couple short muttons, which they went back to get bigger, so we'll see them again next year. Big yellowtail. I mean, that's one of the biggest ones I've seen.
Nice forked tail.
In quite a while.
Calling flags, beautiful colors.
I like that you call them sandwiches.
Sandwiches, dinner, tacos.
Yeah.
Either way, they're going to be delicious.
You're going to get 3 or 4 sandwiches out of that one.
That's right. And then we had that just gorgeous mangrove snapper.
Oh,
I call them mangoes. We thought it was a mutton coming up because of how orange it was, the colors on that fish.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
I have never seen one come out of the water that lit up.
It was
that
beautiful.
Bright. I mean, it was radiant is the only way you can describe it. And I mean, like you said, we thought it was a mutton coming up because of the colors, and then you pick it up and oh man.
So we got our slam with the yellowtail snapper, the mutton snapper, and the mangrove snapper. We also picked up that porgy and that kingfish, that smoker kingfish.
Oh, yeah.
On the bottom rod. you know, we had the flat lines going out all day, expecting to get hit by either a king or a sail today, but the bottom rod produced the kingfish.
Yeah, you know, sometimes, and it might have just been the heat or the current or who knows what, fish were just holding deep today. So deep's where it happened. You know, like you had asked in the beginning, were we going to get king bites on the way in or out? And you were on the way out when that fish smoked you. And you know, it's just the way it happens.
Well, I
sometimes.
can't wait to smoke him. I'm just gonna
Absolutely.
make some good fish dip. Hey, listen, we got a boat to clean,
Yes,
fish
we do.
to clean, rods and reels to pack up. Great day. Can't wait to do it again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
In the box. Oh. Wrong box.